support in a colleague's growth by sharing feedback and mentoring them informally, contributing to our value of continuous learning and development.
Wow, you are a hero.
The Woody Show.
It is your Thursday morning Woody Show, April the 16th. Hopefully you got your taxes done by that midnight deadline.
Been having them done.
Been having them done,
Shout
exactly.
out to my tax lady.
I submitted mine at 11:30 last night.
I used to do
What?
that. I won't do that ever again.
I go to the H&R Block in North Hollywood. Shout out.
Nice.
H&R Block.
Been
in,
going there for like 10 years. They're
Woodland
so good.
Hills. What up?
What?
It is the Woody Show. Good morning. Everybody's here except for Woody and Gina. They're on their way to Baton Rouge to do some business. They'll be back with us live tomorrow, live from a hotel room. I want to give you our phone number, first of all, 877-44-WOODY. Our text line, 22987. If you want to weigh in on a Throwback Thursday topic. I saw this pop up here and there. I recently mentioned that I thought when I was a teenager that Benson & Hedges cigarettes were the ultimate in fancy.
So fancy.
And you upped it a notch if you kept your Benson & Hedges in a glass box.
Yeah.
Man, was that just the ultimate in fanciness.
Now, can you explain the look of the Benson? Because those are the super skinny ones, right?
No, those are Capris.
Oh, Capri, sorry.
Yeah, Benson & Hedges were long and they were the white filter with like a gold band.
Well, maybe just the name Benson & Hedges.
Benson & Hedges. It just
sounds
sounds
like
so
a law
fancy.
firm.
And my aunt had Benson & Hedges, and she kept them in a glass box. And as she's talking to you, she would just open the glass box and take out a Benson & Hedges. She had one of those like crystal lighters, like the big, heavy lighters.
What a fancy lady.
It was just so fancy.
Yeah.
And the other day, too, I was looking at our texts. 22987, by the way, and people were texting Booker and Stryker about, I thought Olive Garden was fancy, and I thought this was, so that kind of spurned that topic. What did you think was fancy when you were a kid, and then you realized, not that
so
fancy. I made a long list.
I mean, I'm a child of the 80s, and so I thought, like, Grey Poupon was like the fanciest.
Wayne's World.
Well, I mean,
Like, you don't get that in a regular store.
and that's
you know?
that was the whole. I mean, it was a
spoon-fed
joke advertisement, but still, that's what
But
they gave
as
you.
a child,
But it's stuck.
you don't understand that it's a joke. You're like, these guys are like in fancy cars and they're sharing this high end mustard.
It's a French name. Yeah.
They're in a Rolls Royce, and they're getting Grey Poupon.
They're like, damn.
That was when I
must
first
be
learned that
$100.
some cars have like airplane fold down tables.
Yeah,
Like, that's really nice.
so fancy.
I thought going to Sizzler was fancy.
Oh, hell
Basically,
yeah.
anybody that had a salad bar, I thought, whoa. And you could go back. Like, I couldn't even fathom the concept of all you can eat. You could go back for more. That was a night out at Sizzler.
If you're new to the show, hi, my name's Menace, and when I was a kid and I would go to Sizzler and go to that salad bar, all you can eat, I would throw up in the parking lot after.
That's right.
On account of he loved eating so much, and he can't control his
No
body.
control.
And
Zero control.
He's an
Because
animal.
You eat so much, and then you're like, well, there's the ice cream bar. You got to take advantage of it. And then the ice cream would push me over the edge.
Yeah.
For sure.
I thought people who had a pool membership was very, even if it was like the public pool, it was $3 a month or whatever.
Yeah, anything that you belonged to.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like
right,
a club,
like
a
to me
gym.
that was a country club, even though because one of my friends had one, and we'd go there, and then like I drive by it later as an adult, and be like, that dump. But there's a membership, and
That
Right.
was so nice.
because I'm sure some people thought we were fancy because we were literally the only. We were the only house in the entire neighborhood that Nashville just doesn't have pools that had a pool. It was an above ground pool,
Of course.
and it was loose in the yard, not built into any kind of deck.
Okay.
And for the first few years that it was up, we had no fence around it, so it was just loose in the side yard above ground pool.
Damn. Oh, another thing that your house had that I think you shared before
Oh.
that I thought was fancy. Did you have like a vacuum system
We had
within the
all
house?
of the trendy in-house things, and they were built, I think, by hand by my parents to the extent that they did. We had the in-house vacuum cleaner, the central air vac. I forget what we called it, central vac or something.
Yeah.
And so folks who don't know what that was, it's a giant, essentially 55-gallon drum you put in your basement that has the vacuum motor on it, and then you very conveniently run piping through your house, PVC piping to, as many rooms as you can get it to, because you're not lugging a big heavy vacuum. you're lugging
hoses,
30
right?
foot of hose between different, and a good 2 or 3 inch hose. And the way and by the way, this is a terrible idea, and that's why nobody has them anymore. But it was a terrible idea when you have small children because the vacuum starts as soon as you open the flap that has a little hose connection to it.
So you put stuff in there.
And guess what kids throw down there? Anything and everything they can get their hands on, which then you have to go down to the basement to open the giant 55-gallon drum that a kid
What
can't
a
open.
weird thought.
It was such
I
a
know.
trap.
Have that.
So dumb.
Well, the idea being that, like, okay, if you're an old lady or you're a busy housewife,
Yeah.
you're not lugging around a vacuum cleaner. But again, the hose was insanely cumbersome.
dumb.
Yeah, right.
Now, I will say this, though. If I went to your house and saw that, I'm like, oh, man, they're rich.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had that, and we had the intercom, which was also
That's on my list.
Ooh.
Intercom systems. I thought those were the ultimate.
in the days before wireless Ring doorbells. Yeah, again, it's another thing you had to hardwire into your house. That sucked. I'm sure they didn't do that. But yeah, but my mom used it because she liked to yell at kids from her bedroom down to the, hey, shut up.
Yeah.
Do that. And they would, shh, hey, stop it.
See,
Again,
Stop it. Over.
You're low-key rich, for
well,
real.
here's the thing. It's weird because I asked my parents about that, and we went to, I bought all my clothes from Salvation Army or sewed at home.
Well, they had to pay for the vacuum system.
That's my thought.
You mentioned belonging to a pool or belonging to, some sort of club. I have, because my other aunt was a member of the Balboa Bay Club. So on my list of things that I thought were fancy, just the words harbor and Balboa.
Oh, for sure.
When I was a kid and I heard the word harbor, where's the Balboa Bay Club? Oh, it's on Newport Harbor. I was like, oh my God, you go down to Newport Harbor and the Balboa, just the words Newport and Balboa, pinnacle of fancy.
And you say you didn't know you were gay then, Greg?
Oh, I knew. I just hit it. Convertibles I thought were fancy. Now I think they're totally
Yes.
not
That's
fancy.
a good one.
What?
Yes.
Why don't you think they're fancy now?
I think they're kind of cumbersome.
They're a
and-
pain in the D.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's fun to rent one when you're out of town. You're like, I'm going to be fancy and rent a
I know.
convertible.
I did drive a really cool one once, though, because the other morning show I used to work on, the host, he had this one convertible. It was like a V12, like Mercedes or whatever. And when I went on the freeway, if you hit a certain speed, a roll bar would like come up and over you. It was badass.
Why not just have that up there the whole time?
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, we don't care if you flip at a lower speed.
Yeah, but if you're going super fast, we got this roll bar.
Well,
it was badass.
Yeah,
pretty cool.
anytime you drive in one, they're just loud. Same with Jeeps with, tops you take off.
Yeah.
They just suck. They're loud and windy.
Yeah.
Mess up your hair.
Yeah, it's the worst.
Along the car line, and I saw this interesting thing online the other day. On my list of things that I thought were fancy as a kid, cars that were silver. Because when I was growing up, kid of the 80s, right? Cars were red, yellow, blue. You didn't see a lot of silver cars. And now I saw this thing too, how modern life, the way we know life now, has become a lot less colorful.
Yes, I saw that too.
Isn't that weird?
Yes.
Restaurants are less colorful, cars are less colorful. And so when I saw a silver car, it stood out to me, and I thought, ooh, silver, that's nice.
That's why you love the stainless steel Cybertruck,
I
Greg.
do. I do.
Obsessed.
I thought briefcases were fancy.
Yeah.
That's true.
And
Well, they are.
Actually, along those lines, when I was a kid, I thought suitcases were fancy because as a kid, you just have like a duffel bag or some random bag that you use, and when someone like has a suitcase, you're like,
actual
whoa, and it
suitcase.
has wheels, luxury.
And now that every kid has their own suitcase, which didn't exist when we were kids, and how did no one figure out you could put wheels on suitcases till like 1990?
I know. What's up with that?
Till like 1999, people
Yeah.
figured that out. They're like, oh, look at this.
Right?
Yeah.
I know. The first suitcase that my dad had was one of those hard suitcases, and it didn't have wheel. Well, it did have two wheels on the back, but it had a long string,
strap.
like a pull
Yeah.
strap, and so you go 3 feet and it would topple over. So stupid. Morgan, tell me if you think this is fancy,
Yeah.
even on today's standards.
Okay.
Because I think it's fancy on today's standards. A refrigerator in the garage.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's
Mega
just a sign
fancy.
of like I got money.
Yeah.
We have-
Fancy.
Like I got all
We
my-
have so much food, we have extra food, and on top of that, we have an extra appliance for
Right.
extra.
I know.
and
It's
we
always
use
like
it mostly for beverages.
I would
drinks
think.
or frozen meat.
I mean, I would think wealth, like Morgan, but I wouldn't think it was fancy. I think it would be kind of like, oh, you eat too much.
Well, it also insinuates you have a garage, which is kind of fancy. If
Yeah,
you ask
true.
me.
Another building on your house?
What?
I would always get jealous because we would go to family friends' houses, and we were the only people that didn't have the refrigerator in the garage. And so it was like, oh, I want to get a root beer. Oh, you know where they are, out in the garage. And you opened it, and it was nothing but beverages.
Whoa.
Like, damn,
That's my dream.
millionaires.
And also along the lines with drinks, soda in a glass bottle. Super fancy. Versus yes, soda in a glass bottle.
It's classier.
The only place
Yeah.
I got that was at the Belle Meade cafeteria, the buffet, which is actually kind of a fancy place. But yeah, they had like I was not Shasta, but like Cheerwine in a glass bottle, and I thought it was very
Cheerwine,
fancy.
hell yeah. Now, speaking of Greg, this might have been during your time. Was like orange juice like super expensive at restaurants? Because my dad said that he got screamed at by his parents because he ordered some orange juice and it was like 10 cents at the time or something like that.
Even when I was a kid,
ordering orange juice at the restaurant?
a tiny orange juice back in the 80s was like $4 or
What?
$3.
Yeah.
It was insanely expensive.
Yeah.
I think
I don't know.
any drink with a cherry in it, like along your lines of a
Shirley
glass
Temple.
bottle. Shirley Temple.
Yes.
That was super fancy.
So fancy.
Mine's so dumb. When I was a kid, I would like my cousin Kelly. She was much older, and she always wore the big gold hoop earrings. Looking back now,
Yeah.
kind of ghetto, right?
Kinda.
But as a kid, when I saw girls with the big hoops, I was like, she's so fancy and professional. I'm like, I want to wear those someday.
Professional.
On a similar but like also extremely sad note, this text from 702: families with both parents.
Oh,
Fancy.
Oh, so
it
fancy.
is kind of fancy.
Which is kind of true. Yeah,
It's kind of rare.
It does. That tracks with, just income, as you're not a bunch of trashy, losers. No offense, 702.
Uncontrollable
Yeah.
slores. Yeah. Oh my god. Above ground jacuzzis from the 626.
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I think I'd say even above ground is. I get it. Above ground is trashy, but any kind of jacuzzi or hot tub is still semi fancy.
Yes.
To this day is fancy.
I did think people that had direct TV were fancy. Like if you had,
Cable.
yeah, like if you had a satellite over, or just cable in general. But like if you had a satellite over cable, like oh damn.
Well, like HBO. Anyone with HBO is
Oh
fancy.
my god.
Yeah.
Yeah, that meant you were the kid of the richest person in school.
Because didn't they used to have a special like box or something or hookup for that or something like that?
I recall like some sort of beige colored box with all the channels listed, and then you could go to HBO on that.
And that's why hotels you can still see these signs somewhere have free HBO and neon on them.
Like,
Yeah.
okay, cool.
I guess on my phone, loser.
Yeah.
Something else that I thought was fancy that today I would hate to have: a flocked Christmas tree.
What is that, like the
True.
white ones? With
Yeah.
They look like
the
it's
fake
yeah.
snow.
fake snow.
No, in the especially the 70s, that was a sign of like, oh, check out this cool new thing.
Yeah.
Right. And
But
they have
also,
them in pink
like-
now too.
Oh, yeah, all different colors.
So tacky.
But fancy people would have them though.
I
would
think so.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think it's one of those things that like it's trashy now, but at the time it was new and cost money.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe it was my Benson and Hedges aunt that had the flocked Christmas tree.
And to be
Wow,
fair, Greg,
she's so
in
fancy.
retrospect,
Benson and Hedges are from England.
are they?
So
Oh,
that-
see,
yep,
Ooh.
there
it's
you go.
automatically fancy.
Just being English
Yeah.
is fancy.
Is
I
your
think.
aunt single?
Well, that's
She's no longer with us.
Morgan raises
Thanks
a
to
good
Benson and Hedges.
Morgan raises a good point. Yeah, England used to be like super fancy, and it still is to a point. But now, like, there's so many like. I think they've adopted so much of our culture. Then I talk like this, and you hear Adele talk in real life, like, ugh.
Yeah, but
depends
they
where you
used
are.
to be fancy.
Yeah,
R.I.P.
true.
England.
I have a couple more things on my list, which we'll get to next. One of them is another word play. Like I thought Newport and Balboa. There was one that I thought was so fancy because I didn't know what it meant. It's so stupid. And you thought Newport and Balboa was gay.
Yeah.
Wait until you hear that one. Next on the Woody Show.
The Woody Show. Back in a bit.
LA's alternative rock.
Oh, 98.7.